Hey YouTube, I'm just about to do my shot for the week, and I thought that right now would be a pretty good time to do an update that I've been trying to do since Christmas. I just wanted to recap essentially what happened over Christmas. I went back to my parents' place. Well, first I went to my girlfriend's parents' place, and things went really well there. They're pretty habituated and accustomed to calling me Lucas and referring to me by male pronouns. Uh, in fact, I feel really accepted into that family in that they invited me. Well, they were talking about a family vacation to Hawaii for next year, and then her parents actually. Well, first they were talking to her about it, and then they turned to me and said, "Well, Lucas, what are your plans for around Christmas time next year? Would you be able to come to Hawaii with us? It's part of a family vacation." So, I mean, I feel really part of that family. They also gave me like they went to Hawaii and they bought me Christmas presents, sandals, this, and a bracelet. So that's pretty cool. And they said it was a family tradition to film um, the opening of Christmas presents. So they filmed me opening it. So yeah, I mean, I feel incredibly accepted into part of that family, and it's been a really stellar experience with them over the past like 8 or 9 months, I guess it's been since they've really started to accept our relationship and accept me and sort of understand my transition and all that. So that was really cool. My own family is a bit of a different story. My parents don't call me Lucas or he. They call me by my birth name and they call me by female pronouns. Same with my grandmother who was over. My uncle is kind of iffy. He uses K, so he just calls me K, which is the first initial of my birth name. And he tries not to use pronouns a whole lot. He's a little more savvy about it. And then my brother essentially just does whatever he can to keep the peace, which I appreciate from him. But he did confide in me that he does refer to me as his brother around his friends who know me. So, I mean, that was really good to hear. And he's an honest guy, so I believe that that's what he does. Um, but it was difficult going into an environment where, I mean, the pronouns are different, the name is different, and but I'm not different, so I felt like an intruder. It was really strange. And then in addition, my extended family, like my aunt, my other uncles, everyone else calls me Lucas and he because they were all sent an email from my aunt saying, well, this is the way Lucas is. If we could all do our best and try to um, you know, accommodate this fact because it's the way he's living. It's not going to change it. I mean, she's a counselor, so she was really sort of like matter of fact with the family. Like, this is okay. This happens. She knows trans people, um, so a lot of the family is more or less trying to call me Lucas and he. However, that makes it kind of awkward when your own parents aren't, because then you have these dinner conversations at Christmas time where you're talking with your uncle and your dad, and your uncle's referring to you as Lucas and using male pronouns, and your dad's referring to you as your birth name and referring to you by female pronouns. You're standing right here, and it's the same conversation. It was I, it was just it was weird and upsetting, and it caused me to really just like I didn't want to socialize at all, so I just went and did a puzzle for a few hours. Um, and like I had my cousin there, and like we were talking. I wasn't isolated, but it just it's not that it hurt me in any way. It's just it was really bizarre and weird, and it made me really uncomfortable. Um, I mean, I understand that my parents are uncomfortable with it, but I don't even know how to explain it. It was just really uncomfortable and alien for me, and I felt like who should I be right now? Should I try to accommodate to them? Should I? Because it was also confusing the guests who were there, who didn't know me and were introduced to me as Lucas, and then were hearing these random female pronouns being thrown in when they were talking to my parents. It was just a weird conversation and weird conversations and weird situation altogether. But at least people are trying. But at one point in the night, my aunt pulled me aside, and I wasn't really sure how she was taking things. My brother was also unsure on what her pains were in terms of my transition, but she pulled me aside and said, "How you doing?" I said, "Great," and she just said, "I want to tell you that I was directed to your videos by your aunt, who is the aunt who sort of orchestrated all of this with the family calling me Lucas. So apparently she knows my videos, which is interesting. But she said, you know, I saw your videos, and at first I was sort of confused on this whole thing, but to hear you speak about it was really important for me to hear, and it really helped. She said it really helped her understand because I'd never mentioned it to the family, and when she brought that up, it kind of all made sense because I never talked about it to anyone, so I can really see how it would have been a huge shock to people. It wasn't a huge shock to me, so I didn't really think about it in terms of other people, how, you know, they never heard a word about this, so she said that watching my videos really helped her, and that she actually showed them to, I think it was a nursing friend of hers, and that it helped that friend as well. I'm not sure what with, but I guess if they're involved with nursing, then they must come across gender variant people, or maybe it was gender variant people in this person's family. But yeah, I mean, like that was pretty amazing to hear, because not only did she voice her support for me, but she also said that the videos, like the vlog I've been keeping here, helped her to sort of comprehend what I was going through and am going through. So, I mean, that was a pretty special moment. So, that was pretty good. Aside from that, school's going really well. I mean, it's been a while since I've had problems passing, and I don't even really think about it anymore. And it's cool just to be able to go to class and just be like a regular guy. It's funny, I was in my can't speak. I was in my masculinities course, and I was partnered with a girl, and we were supposed to talk about what makes a man, which is an interesting topic. And she was saying, well, she looked at me, she's like, well, you know, like, you have all the ideas on this, like, you're a guy, like, just list off some qualities. And I was like, well, I don't think it's really that simple. And then she's just like, well, to be a guy, you gotta have a penis, right? Because if you didn't have a penis, you wouldn't be a guy. And I was like, yeah, sure. I just kept, because it was interesting to hear the stuff that she had to say on what she thought a man was. And of course, all the while I'm thinking, you're going to have some issues in this course, because of course the course is about, you know, questioning what it is to be a man. Essentially, like, the stuff that I've been exposed to for a long time, so I'm sort of used to the whole academia behind it. But she's brand new to it, so just be interesting to see how she takes things. She seems pretty open-minded, just like she's new to the subject, but it was just interesting having her, you know, just assuming I was a guy, like having no questions about it. And of course she can't see anything, so it reaffirmed the fact to me that you don't have to have a penis to be a guy, because to her, I mean, beyond a shadow of a doubt, I was a guy, even like, and she assumed I had a penis. I don't. So like, you can sort of see the disconnect. Like, I'm a guy because I present as a guy, and to her, a guy means having a penis, but how can you tell if a person really has a penis? Because clearly she was mistaken in this situation. So yeah, random anecdote. I'm also stretching my ears. I'm doing it slowly, like every 3 weeks. I'm going up. I think I'm at like a 12 now, but it's been, I don't know, it's been fun. I've always wanted to stretch my ears. I always thought it would be kind of cool just to see how it looks, and so I'm trying it pretty slow, just to sort of get used to each size and decide whether or not I want to go bigger. I want to go up to, I think, about maybe a 4. I was thinking 4, so we'll see if I get that high. I don't even know, but that's been what's been going on with my life. And yeah, I'm gonna go do my shot now and watch Titan A. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.